Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister, Sergey Ryabkov, warned that the US is on the verge of becoming a party to the Ukrainian conflict and entering into confrontation with his country.
We don't want escalation. We'd like to avoid a situation in which the US becomes a party to the conflict, but so far we don't see any readiness of the other side to take these warnings seriously. What kind of self-defense is it if they are already openly discussing the possibility of attacking targets deep in the Russian territory, in Crimea? Not just under the blind eye of the US and NATO, but with the encouragement of this kind of sentiment, approaches, plans and ideas directly from Washington.
An unnamed Biden administration official told a blog website that the US did not consider Ukraine attacking Crimea illegal, as his country never recognized the referendum in 2014. After a violent coup in Kyiv, Crimea seceded from Ukraine, and the referendum endorsed the local administration's decision to accede to Russia. In 2022, the Donbas region also decided to secede from Ukraine. After Kyiv failed to implement the Minsk agreements, Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24, 2022. Washington has committed over $15 billion in military aid to Ukraine, and has already shipped sophisticated weaponry such as HIMARS multiple rocket launchers, M777 howitzers, and combat drones. A recent Reuters Ipsos survey showed declining American support for Ukraine and US involvement. About 59% of respondents believed that, given the economic meltdown at home, the US could not afford this war. Americans supporting military aid to Ukraine dropped from 73% in April to 51%, and those supporting troop deployment dropped from 39% in April to 26%. Meanwhile, left-leaning Bloomberg reported that the Russian economy, despite sanctions, is in much better shape than the West anticipated.
Forecasts of Russia's economic collapse have proved wide of the mark, with gross domestic product falling at a grim, but less than catastrophic rate of 4% in the second quarter, as rising energy prices underpin budget revenue. As recently as May, Russia's own finance ministry had forecast a 12% contraction this year for an economy weighed by a blizzard of international sanctions.
In March, analysts had predicted a 10% GDP decline in the second quarter. Last month, the International Monetary Fund upgraded the outlook for the Russian economy.
Domestic demand is also showing some resilience thanks to containment of the effect of the sanctions.
A Supreme Court of India appointed expert panel reported that there was no presence of snooping software Pegasus in any of the 29 phones submitted for evaluation. A panel, led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramanna, was hearing a bunch of pleas against the spyware, allegedly used by the central government to snoop on politicians and activists by infecting their electronic devices. The snooping controversy started on 18 July 2021, when some media networks and investigative reporters claimed that a snooping malware called Pegasus infected 50,000 phones in India. The Israeli software would allow those infecting the mobile phones to have full access and control of their victims' electronic devices.
A captured terrorist disclosed that a serving Pakistani colonel paid him Pakistani Rupee 30,000 to carry out a suicide attack on the Indian Army. Tabarak Hussain, a native of Subsko village of Koti in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, confessed to his crime and named Major Razak of the Pakistan Army as his trainer.
I was betrayed by accompanying terrorists and subsequently captured by the Indian Army. I underwent 6-month training and visited several terrorist camps run by the Pakistan Army for Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed members.
Hussain and 4 other terrorists infiltrated the line of control on a suicide mission. The terrorists had tried to enter on August 21, but when 2 of their peers died from mine explosions, the survivors bolted, leaving their friends' bodies behind. In their second attempt, the other 4 fled when Hussain was injured. In a case of misplaced graciousness, the Indian Army detained Hussain and his brother Harun Ali in 2016, but returned them home on humanitarian grounds in November 2017.
If you like this content, please press the like button and share it with your family and friends. Please consider subscribing to this channel. It is free. Press the bell icon to receive notifications about new content.